Freddie Rubino here. We'll get the food out of here with my lovely camera woman, Christine.
Hello.
Christine's not happy. She's sunburned from the beach. Not happy. So, come back here. We're making ricotta for the holidays. We just tried it, and it failed because we did something wrong. You see this? Come look at this. The milk has got to be around 170. And then you add the vinegar and a little bit of lemon to mix it in. But look what we're going to do. We're going to put some basil in it. Okay? Basil. Yo, basil. And a lot of times, this is what you do. You go like this with the basil. What's that called?
Bruising.
Yeah, you bruise the basil like dinner's not ready. Okay, look. We just throw this in. I just throw it in like that. And hopefully that doesn't disturb too much. And it gets infused in the ricotta, because if you're going to make baked ziti, if you're going to make a lasagna, and you got basil that, you have ricotta that already has a basil taste in it, that's beautiful, right? But, for some reason, the other ricotta that we made went terribly wrong. So now, we got the whole milk. We cut back on the cream because I think the cream was too much. It was too much for him. You think it was the cream?
I don't know.
You don't know? Why not?
I don't know.
Aren't you the cook, the chef?
No.
Aren't you the brains behind this?
You're the big recipe guy.
I am the big recipe guy. Okay, look, 144, 145. Okay, when it gets to 170, I'm going to shut this off, and I'm going to add the vinegar, and it should curdle. Okay?
Give the measurements of everything.
What did we put in here? We put in a quart?
Yeah.
Did we put in a quart? It was a quart. This is a quart of milk. Whole milk. And it's wine vinegar. Distilled wine vinegar. Is that what you're supposed to use?
Yeah.
Okay. We used about 2 tablespoons of white wine vinegar per quart. Correct?
Yeah.
So if you use like a gallon of milk, you use like 1/3 of a cup of white wine vinegar. It's at 153. Okay, when it hits 170, I'm going to dump it in, and it should curdle right away. If it doesn't, then maybe I'm using the wrong milk. Regular milk. We've always made it. I don't know what's going on. But it didn't work the first time, so we're going to try it again. But it always works. It's simple science. You understand that? I took science. I got 100 on my GED with science.
A quart of milk.
Why? What are they saying?
People asking if it's a gallon.
I said a quart. What's the matter with them? What's the matter? Okay, look. 162. When this gets to 170 something, I'm going to add it, and hopefully it curdles right away, and I'm going to add some lemon, because I like that little bit of lemony taste in it too. I'm not going to lie to you. Now, a couple of times we made it, and we added orange zest. Remember that?
Yeah.
But what do you use that for?
Just for sweet things.
Right?
Yeah.
You don't use that in sauces, otherwise it tastes orangey, right?
Yep.
Huh? You want to go fishing tomorrow, honey? Ooh, you should have seen that fight. She didn't like the fishing. Okay, it's at 170, and I'm going to let it go a little bit further, and I'm going to pour it in. Here we go. Pouring it in, the vinegar. I'll mix it in a little, and this should curdle right away. And now I'm going to add a half a lemon on top of that. Okay? Because I like that lemon. This is a beautiful thing. Who got this?
Me.
Where is this from?
Williams-Sonoma.
Okay, now let's take a look. Let's take a look. Now it went from 170 to 168.
Because you added things.
Is that, look.
Brought the temperature down.
Look what happened right away.
Yeah.
As soon as we put that in, it started to curdle. Okay?
It says it's got to get up to 180.
Yeah, it's got to get up to 180. This stove, these electric stoves, what happens is the element gets hot and then it cools down. It like self-regulates. And I don't like that. Or is it my... You know, I don't dig that at all. That's why, you know, back in Brooklyn we had the gas stove. But look, come here again. You see, as soon as you poured that in, it curdled. Soon as you did that. So what we did wrong the first time was we added everything all together and then we heated it. Wrong. You heat it first and then you pour in those ingredients. Okay?
Is it 180?
Yeah, now it went all the way past 180, but we're gonna look, and I want to show them this. When it starts to separate, these white things are the curds, and then that clear stuff, that's the whey. That stuff you don't use. Okay? You don't use that. That's the whey. Oh, no way. But what happens with the whey is if you want to make more ricotta, you leave that whey. You collect it, and then you add more milk to the pot, and you make a second batch with the whey, and it becomes even better. Isn't that better, the second batch?
I never had it like that.
No, the second batch is good. Remember little Miss Muffet? What did she do? She was eating her curds and whey. Okay, this is a greedy person. Okay, you eat the curds. Everybody has a good time. We eat the curds together. You don't eat the whey. See, that's why, you know, that's why she was sitting on a tuffet, because nobody wanted to talk. Nobody wants to talk to the one who eats the curds and the whey. Leave some for somebody else. Okay, this is cooling off now. Right? Look, I want to show you. We got some, it smells like ricotta. See that? That's ricotta, right there. Right there. Now, of course, we only used a quart of milk. Usually we use a whole gallon. All right? And the gallon makes a nice bunch of ricotta. But all that's happening with the ricotta is the proteins in it are coming together. That's it. So all the liquid just stays the way it is. Right, honey?
Yep.
I'm going to let that stand because this should come down, and it's starting to come down in temperature. When it comes down another 5 or 10 degrees, we're going to start scooping it. I scoop. Okay? Guys, this is, and ladies, this is a nice project to make with your kids. You're not doing anything. Buy a couple of gallons of milk and make ricotta with the kids. Okay? Guys, when you're on a date with a girl, you bring her home, you say, yes, do you like hot ricotta? If she says yes, you got to keep her there. Okay? Honey? You like hot ricotta?
No.
I know. Oh, I know. Okay. I'm going to try and start taking the basil out. Okay? See, if you leave it in the stalks, okay? All you stalkers, what do you think about this batch now? You feel better?
Looks nice.
You feel better about it?
I don't know if I feel better about it. It's all right.
But didn't you feel bad when the original ricotta didn't come out?
Apparently I did.
You felt bad, didn't you?
No, not really.
You were crushed. No?
No.
Doesn't that make you feel bad?
Why?
Oh.
Why would it make me feel bad?
Because it's ricotta, honey. This is what the most, this and mozzarella are one of the most sought after Italian cheeses. Okay? Now what? That's why they call it ricotta. Ricotta means cooked, recooked. So you leave this in there, the whey, and then look at this. And here it is. Come over here. Venica. Look. And now we got ricotta cheese. This is beautiful. There is nothing like fresh, homemade ricotta. And you can see it's a little green. That's the basil. I can't wait to taste this to see if the basil...
I hate basil.
You hate basil? How? How could you hate basil?
I just don't like the taste of it.
You're Italian, right? I don't know if you're Italian. You don't like basil. You don't like galamad.
No, I hate it.
Okay? What else don't you like?
You?
Me. But we knew that. Okay? See, Italian wives could say that they hate their husbands, but we know it's not true. Because we love them anyway. Look, I'm going to pour this in now and just get all of the... But you saved the whey. You save that whey and you make another batch of ricotta. Okay? Honey? Look what's happening here. Okay, so listen. The holidays are here. And you want to make the best lasagna, the best manigot. To you non-Italians, that's manicotti. Okay, I'm going to squeeze a little bit of the liquid out. Only for... I don't usually do this. I let it just drip. But for this show, that's what we're going to do. Okay, and just to make it a little creamier.
You should twist it so all the liquid comes out.
I tried that, but it didn't really... And I know that a lot of people, you know, now you put it in the refrigerator, right? Look at that. Look at how creamy that is. You see how creamy that is?
Not when you keep balling up the cheesecloth, no.
I'm balling, baby. I'm balling. What do you want me to do, this?
You gotta twist it from the bottom, not the top.
You know how hot that is?
Well, that's what chefs do.
I'm not a chef. Construction worker. Ow! That's why you're supposed to let it cool, but we know you guys ain't got all day. So, we got a beautiful batch of ricotta. Look at this. Now, I like it like this. I like it warm, and I like it a little bit wet. Now, if you're making a manicotti or calzone, or you're making what else do they make with this stuff? Ravioli. Let it drain, okay? See how it drains? Let it drain. And then, because it's got to have that moisture out. But look at this. Look. Oh, I love this. I love this. You know what I do with this? I put a little honey on it. But first I want to taste it and see if the basil came through. We're going to be rich. I just invented basil ricotta. It tastes so much like basil. Guys love basil. Don't you love basil?
I hate basil.
You hate basil. How could you hate basil?
I wouldn't put honey on it now that it's got basil in it.
I don't care, but listen. I know what you said.
That doesn't match.
Look at that. I know it doesn't match. And if we put the orange in it, but look at this. This is even an appetizer. A little bit of ricotta.
On bruschetta.
With honey. Oh my God. You want some?
No. I don't like basil.
We did it. From start to finish, right in front of your eyes. Homemade ricotta. All you people who moved away from your Italian neighborhoods and don't have a good store that have fresh ricotta, I just did it in 14 minutes. From milk to perfect. Oh. And with basil in it. Put the basil in it. I'm telling you.
Don't do it.
If it's for lasagna, basil ricotta, you gotta make it.
No.
Why?
I don't put basil in my lasagna.
Listen, I'm trying to teach you something. Basil ricotta. Even in your calzones. Make calzones tomorrow and use this. I'm going to eat more. I'm going to eat ricotta like it's going out of style. Look at this. Look.
That's just not right with the basil and the honey.
Oh, basil and my honey. Freddie Rubino here. Get that shot, honey. Look at that. Freddie Rubino here. Another success. Get the food out of here. We nailed it this time, baby. I love you guys. I'll see you next week. We're going to have another show next week. My wife's famous Thanksgiving side dish. I'll talk to you later, Christine. You love everybody?
I do.
I love you, Christine.
I love you too. I'm just not feeling well.
Get the food out of here. Talk to you later.